You're not a gamer?
No,
Really?
no.
Oh man, I love gaming. Good fun. I don't know what this music is, but
It's so intense.
it's really intense. It's called Epic, but I think I might just cut it.
30 on a Wednesday morning.
Yeah, and it's a bit too early. A bit too early for you and me, who are just waking up and smelling the flowers.
Smelling the roses.
Yeah. Hold
How
on.
are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, my friend. How are you? Hey, Shauno.
Good morning, all.
Just going to get in one of the groups up so I can put the questions in. How's the week been? I know we're on it's Pump Day today, isn't it?
Hump day.
Pump.
Bit different this week because the kids are on school holidays, but
Oh yeah. Have yours started already?
they started last Thursday.
Yeah.
I know.
Funny story, right? Funny story. I made do you know what a marrow is? It's like a zucchini. It's like a big zucchini, right? These big things. Anyway, I made dinner last night. I stuffed them with mincemeat and a few other bits. I love them. My wife loves them. Kids hate them. But my eldest is like, "Oh, Dad, I don't want to go to school today because there's nothing on." And I was like, "You eat your whole marrow and you can have the day off school, right?" I was worth it. Him eating that big zucchini just to get the fibre in. And then I said to him, "Sorry, mate, you're still going to school." It's fucking, nah, I'll let him off.
That's a good idea, actually. I've never even thought to do that.
Yeah.
Do you grow your own?
Yep, sure do.
That's so good.
Morning, guys. How are we? What's going on?
Lots of legends coming in.
Nice to see everybody joining me for a chit chat today, which has been good. Everyone on TikTok, good morning. Everyone on Insta, and who have we got joining us? Beck, good morning. Tezza, Cara, Allison, Facebook user, good morning. Hey, Renee, Sean, another one. Ames, Zant, what a bunch of legends here. Hey, Mickey, how are you, dude? Paul, Dan. That's enough for now, because I can keep going forever. Oh man, I love this. I love this. We got some pretty good curly ones today, which is really cool. Anyone who wants to ask a live question, please fire away. And for those of you on TikTok, can you keep it PG today? All right, just kidding. Don't rattle me. Had one of my mates who's a health coach go online first time he did his live yesterday, and he was nervous as fuck. And I saw it pop up, and I went on and I threw him a little curly one. It's called Tips with Jimmy or something. And I ran on there and said, "Show us your tips, Jimmy." And then it rattled him. And
it really throws you off guard sometimes, doesn't it?
It sure does. Morning, Ames. How are you? Hey, Maddie. Good chat last night, mate. Hopefully you're setting some goals for next year, dude. Yeah, the men's call was really good last night. We talked about goal setting for the next 12 months, sorry. And it was good. Some really good goal setting there coming up. We'll get cracking with the first question of the day. Again, guys, if you've got any questions you want to ask me personally or Aaron, just drop it on our page and we'll get to you as soon as we possibly can. What is the best source of protein to have? Best answer is all of it. Yeah. All right. The best sources would be, well, what's your favorite? Let's talk about what's your favorite source of protein. Top two, we'll call it.
The what, sorry?
Top two, right? Because we could be here all day.
I would definitely say I love protein powder.
Okay. I'm talking, let's talk about your best source of natural protein.
Chicken.
Yeah. Okay. And what would be your second best?
Probably tuna. Not that it's my favorite, but it's just such an easy staple to have.
Oh, yeah. Ready. Okay. Excellent. And mine would be eggs and cottage cheese. I think that would be my two favorites because you can combine them together and make a really good omelette and scrambled eggs as well.
That's what I was going to say about protein powder too. There's just so many different things that you can do with it that, you're not limited to just one specific sort of meal or drink or whatever it is. Lots of different variations.
Yeah, that's good. Well, for me, the best source of protein to have would be natural proteins because we're getting our essential amino acids and it's high quality protein. I opt for the leaner cuts as well for meat. Trim your fat off your meat before you cook it, guys, as well. It's a hot tip because all those calories that you're cooking with the fat. I know it's tasty, but it actually gets absorbed in the meat as well. Hey, Sammy, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, so I like kangaroo. If you ever had Kangabangers, the kangaroo sausages, really good. Hey, low fat, high protein sausages.
Never been able to do it.
Yeah, so good.
I've tried it, but not my thing.
Yeah, kangaroo is great, mate. And for all of you guys out there, especially the Americans, we do eat kangaroos. They're not just our pretty little pets.
We eat them, but we don't ride them.
Yeah, we don't ride them. Correct. Yeah. But yeah, definitely. And also, like fish and seafood, that's really low in fat as well. So it's a very good source of protein. I love prawns. Absolutely love them. They're really good.
Aldi, they have like these big bags of frozen bass.
Yeah.
I have never tried them before.
Yeah.
Only because I've been maybe a little bit of a snob with like
frozen stuff,
frozen packaged fish. Yep. Hands down, the best piece of fish that I've had in a very, very long
time. It's super good. Even the calamari, I know they import it all, which I'm not worried about too much, but the calamari and the frozen prawns, I made like a big seafood. I can't remember what it was called, but it was absolutely beautiful. And the calamari was like delightful. So yeah, don't discount. Don't discount having the frozen stuff. I mean, fresh is great, but frozen's good. It's just as good. So yeah, try and get all your protein if you can from natural whole foods. That's your best way to get it, which is really cool because it leads into our next question, which is to do with protein powder. And the question is not coming up today. Oh, okay. I might just read it out if it doesn't want to stick itself up on the screen.
There it is.
Okay. Is protein shakes just as beneficial as protein from whole foods, or should it not be depended on? It's called a supplement for a reason. It's supplementing something. So dependency, no, it shouldn't be dependent on, in my opinion. They're convenient for upping your protein intake during the day when you can't get it from whole foods, especially if you're on the run and you're on the fly. You just want a quick fix. Like for me, I like using it as a top up, but it shouldn't be dependent on. But as you said before, the versatility of protein powder is a good addition to your cottage cheese, your yogurts, like things like that, so you can boost the actual protein potency of each thing. So,
and I think also too, like a good way to keep your calories lower and your protein higher, depending obviously what protein powder you get.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bulk Nutrients has probably the best protein powder that you can get.
Yeah.
Super low in calories. And when you're in a calorie deficit, it's really hard to get your protein up without the extra calories. So it's a good tool to use when you want to keep your protein high, calories low, but obviously not dependent on it.
Yeah, well, you're missing out on your dietary fiber from whole foods, right? And it's not. Some proteins have a little bit of fiber in them, but we're not talking a massive amount. But what you don't get with protein powder is the essential amino acids, the fiber, the vitamins, and the minerals that your whole foods do have. So definitely, it's called a supplement for a reason. It supplements something. So dependency should not be made on protein shakes, but it's really good for boosting up the amount of protein you have per day, because not all of us can eat 12 eggs and 8 steaks a day, so it's very hard to be able to do that. So supplementing it with and just be careful of the type of protein you use as well, because some of it has a lot of little additional stuff in there that just boosts it up to capacity. And we're talking about the whey protein concentrates and things like that. They're not as pure form of protein. So if you want bang for buck, go for your isolates, because it's the purest form of protein. And for me, it's taste. I'm not going to have a protein powder if there's no taste, right?
Yeah, anyway. You've got to enjoy it. There's no point drinking a protein shake if you gag on it every time you drink it.
Correct.
If you don't enjoy it,
taste
find other ways to get your protein in.
Yeah, Dennis just said, as a new user to protein powder, there are some downsides, which Dennis had was he had constipation. So you got it fixed using psyllium husk, which was good because it's a fiber. It's like a fiber enhancer. So if you are new to having high protein meals, we've got to make sure we're hitting our fiber target as well. We've got to make sure they're getting the nugs out every day because it's super important. There's nothing worse than training with
a full stomach, literally.
Shit the size of a baby stuck inside you. So yeah, it's important. High protein meals, are the ones that you've got to be mindful of because we're stacking lots and lots of protein in our guts. Wills, what kind of protein powder is the best? Yeah, whey protein isolate, sometimes called WPI. It's the purest form of protein powder out there. It doesn't have those little additives in there that will boost the figures up. I don't know who or what product that you like to use or where you're from, but yeah, the WPI or whey protein isolate is probably the best one. That's the one we use more so because it's the purest form of protein. I hope it doesn't need to say isolate. Yeah, kind of does. There's a product that we use called Bulk Nutrients from Tasmania, Australia, and theirs is one of the best to mix. It tastes really good. Like it's not clumpy and cloudy. It actually really breaks down really well. So yeah, WPI. So just check whoever you use. Most people have concentrate because it is a cheaper form. But when I say cheaper, it's only a couple of bucks cheaper per kilo. It's not that much. So for me, and I wanted bang for buck, I'd sacrifice the extra couple of bucks to get the purer form of protein. I hope that answers your question, dude. But that's a really good one. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I think we nailed that.
Yeah, cool. So, hot tip with protein powders: get a couple of different flavors, so you're not having the same flavor every week because it gets monotonous. I like to rotate between.
Get the little sample packs.
Yeah, get the sample packs if you can.
Sample packs. So
yeah, I alternate between vanilla and chocolate and choc honeycomb because I just want a bit of variety. So yeah, cool. No worries, dude. Anytime you just send it far another way. Cool. I've got another question on TikTok. Thoughts on protein water? Look, it's pretty good. It's using some of them using WPI in it, but we just got to be mindful of the calories on it because sometimes they have a few extra hidden calories on there. Most of them are having 3 out of the 9 amino acids in it from memory, and you've got to be mindful of is if you're overloading your body with 3 of the 9 amino acids, the other 6 are going to start looking for somewhere to boost their strength up. So they usually go for your muscles. So just be conscious of that. But yeah, there's some really good tasting protein waters out there. But yeah, just be mindful of the type of protein they're putting in it and how it affects your gut because some of the protein waters has been known to upsets people's stomachs. So just be mindful of it. So hopefully that answers your question there, Tarks. Okay, cool. Is training muscle groups
a muscle group?
Is training a muscle group still effective if you train it once or twice a week? Do you want to have a crack first?
I think if you're only training once or twice a week, I'm not sure if this is like a specific muscle group once or twice a week, or if you're only training once or twice a week.
No, we're talking specifically a muscle group. So let's just say chest or arms.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it at all. I think it would be good to be mindful of how far in between you're doing those specific muscle groups, because obviously, you want to break down the cells in your muscles to build the muscle. But if you're training, say, biceps on a Monday, but then you're not training them for another week until another Monday, there's obviously a lot of time in there that you could be working those muscles again. For me, full body. I love full body.
Yeah.
Such a bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think to me, is training a muscle group still effective if you train it once or twice a week? Twice is probably the best because you really want to work. Let's talk about your tricep. You got 3 different tricep muscles. You really want to get all 3. So you don't have a disformed type of arm, but yeah, but it does like once or twice a week does allow for sufficient recovery time when it comes to muscle growth. But it also, the effectiveness of your training depends on your intensity. and the volume of your workouts. Are you a chronic person that goes to the gym just to sit on their fucking phone all day and do nothing? Or are you someone that goes in there and says, hey, I've got 45 minutes, I'm going to smack it out in 45 minutes and get that job done really well? So consistency overrules anything in life. If it's once a week, it's better than nothing. And it's going to improve over time, but twice a week would be ample to hit a body part, or a muscle group, so you can actually get bang for buck in growth if that's what you want to do. But like you said, full body workouts are probably the best for time constraints, so you can hit everything, most of everything possible. I alternate between full bodies for about 8 weeks, and then I go into a body part split for 8 weeks because I kind of want to mix things up and then target a few muscles. I was doing these exercises yesterday that specifically target the top of the shoulder. That's really hard to work, and I was only using a 1.5 kilo weight lying face down, and it absolutely burned the shit out of it. But it was good to mix it up from your big compound lifts like a shoulder press to.
It's not a muscle that you use all the time. Yeah.
So we just got to remember everyone's bodies are different, so it's important to adjust your workouts based on your progress. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Is dumbbell home workout 4 days a week plus 2 days of CrossFit too much weight training per week? Dan, like the thing I want to point out here is, mate, you're a machine. Like, number one, I've seen the way you train and it's really, really impressive. I can't say whether or not it's too much unless, if I was you. If you are finding it okay to do and you're getting ample sleep and recovery, then, dude, I train 6 days a week myself. So I get it, right? I have dropped the intensity down a little bit. The only thing that I would be mindful of is CrossFit is a super intense workout, and it's like really pounding your muscles over a very intensive period of time. So whereas weight training or home dumbbell gym workouts are a lot lighter versions. So you might be making up the difference of smacking yourself at CrossFit and then doing a lighter workout at home with the dumbbells, which will probably be beneficial for you, kind of like a recovery session, I guess. I'd just be mindful of, I'm not a CrossFit expert, but I have done it before, and I know it's very super intensive and it really, taxes your joints. So as long as you're getting ample recovery between your sessions, it shouldn't be a problem, dude. But again, if it's making you happy and you're sustaining it and you're injury free, mate, keep smashing them out, because I'm looking at you, Dan, and I'm seeing this dude that's just going to transform in the next 3 months to this absolute bigger machine than you are. So if it's working for you and you're recovering okay and you're feeling good, there is no reason why you can't do it. But just be mindful. The thing that you're going to have to watch out for, Dennis, is we're going to have to start playing around with your calories too, because if you're, getting out there, you're running as well, which is burning a lot of calories as well. So we might have to increase your calories a bit soon. I think that might be something we need to look in the next week or two, just where your weight's sitting, you've got your target weight, and now that you're smashing yourself with these extra workouts, we might need a few more carbs in your diet as well. So hopefully that answers for you, dude. All right, next one. Never works for me straight away. I should get myself. What is the purpose of putting weight plates or plates under my heels during squats? What is the purpose? It's really to elevate your ankles, to improve your mobility with your hips and your ankles if people have weaker ankles, just so you can get deeper in the squat. I use them a fair bit because I do have mobility issues of getting deep in the squat, and I find it really good for me. It helps reduce a bit of strain on the lower back if you do have lower back issues and you don't wear a weight belt or anything like that. They do kind of push you forward a little bit, so it's quad focus, which is a good thing if that's what you want to do.
Working the back part, it's more you're pushing yourself forward, so you're using those muscles in the front to stabilize yourself as well.
Yeah. So I think for me personally, most beginners should try using the 1.5 or 2 kilo plates to start with, just to get their foot elevated a little bit more and hopefully work on that mobility, getting the squat a bit deeper. But it comes down to body mechanics and comfortability and all the rest of it. But they're a good tool for training if you really want to get your squat deeper and push yourself forward and get on the quads. So,
something to be mindful of though is, making sure you're not using them with, like, for the first time with a heap of weight.
Yeah.
Do an empty bar first, because the problem is if you don't know where you feel comfortable with the plates and they're not set up properly, like in the right spot, because most, like the smaller plates, they're about this big. So you've got to kind of have them set in the right spot for you to have like proper form. So you're not going to hurt yourself. So just being mindful of, set yourself up first, give it a test run without the bar, and then do an empty bar, give it a test run, make sure that you feel comfortable before you just go straight to the weights as well.
Yep. No, that's a great point. Absolutely great point. With anything you try first time, never ever do it with a loaded bar. Like, you don't know your limitation unless you're an experienced at it. So let's get the experience first. So yeah, lighter weights will be your best way to go. Cool. Next question. How can I get myself to work out if I'm just lazy all the time and planning to work out at home?
Stop trying to plan to work out at home. Get into a gym. I hate home workouts. They suck.
Yeah, they do. Okay. I'm on your side with this 100%. I have stuff at home, but I won't use it. During COVID, it was great. It solved the problem, but there's too many distractions at home. Way too many. If you are...
Too many excuses that you can give yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, but I need to clean the house. Oh, but they're distracting me. Oh, but I need to get some work done. Or it's way too many excuses that you can give yourself.
Yeah. So the question is, how can I get myself to work out if I'm just lazy all the time and planning to work out at home? Maybe your goals are wrong. Maybe you don't have the right equipment at home. Maybe you're just nervous. Maybe you haven't started before. I don't know. There's a heap of factors. Working out from home is great if you can't go to the gym for whatever reason, or you're nervous, or you've got gym intimidation. Cool. But it's going to get to a point where you are so distracted that it's easy to say fucking no. Now, if you're paying $10, $15, $20 a week to go to a gym, likelihood you're going to go? Highly likely. I mean, there's still a lot of people that have a gym membership but don't go to a gym. Like, hey, dude, you do a gym membership? Yeah. When's the last time you went to the gym? 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago. Oh, so your gym's making a shit ton of money off you, yeah. So, okay, I guess if we've got to work out at home, let's create a dedicated space that's going to feel like we're at a gym, that we're not in our office or in our bedroom or lounge room, and that can help you boost motivation. I think Carly did a mural on her garage wall that looks really cool, and it made it feel like a gym when she was there, which is really good, and I absolutely love that.
I think having a bit of self-discipline as well, like sitting down and being a bit hard with yourself, is super important.
Yeah.
For me, I hate home workouts during school holidays.
Definitely.
90% of the time, that's all I can get done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, I could go later when Drew gets home from work, but that's quite difficult too, because then I sacrifice sleep, and sleep is super important to me. So to make it, efficient, getting a home workout done, but I've got to be really tough with myself, and I've got to go, okay, I am being a bit lazy right now. I have a spare half an hour.
Yeah.
We all have a spare half an hour that we use sitting, scrolling, whatever it may be, doing something very pointless. Sometimes you just got to get up. And I know it's so much easier said than done. So much easier, because you battle through your head. But I love, just counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up, go. Just do it.
Yeah, definitely.
100 times better. You're going to break those barriers with yourself as well when you feel like you're just lazy all the time, and you say you're going to do something, you plan the workout at home, but then you don't do it, and then you kind of just feel like a failure within yourself, and you break these promises with yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Get up and just do it, even if it's half a workout, or it's
but making sure it's a workout that you enjoy doing, because if it's something you don't enjoy doing, you're not going to fucking do it.
Put some music on, make a good atmosphere, and just set the times too. I think instead of, starting your week going, I'm going to try and get 2 or 3 home workouts in, actually set the times where you know you have free time.
Totally agree.
like the days, the time, and just put a reminder in your calendar or something. Do the damn workout.
Yep. Exactly right. Tux just said, "I feel so awkward at the gym." That's fair enough, dude. And you might have, you might be intimidated. Maybe you've never been there before. Feel free to send me a message, and I'll work through some things with you to help that with that gym intimidation. It could be that you've never been shown how to do the workouts properly. You've never been shown how to do the equipment properly. It could be a self-image thing. I don't know. I'm kind of spitballing here, but yeah, if gym intimidation is the reason why you're working out from home, find someone that's been to the gym before that you can go with, that you're comfortable talking to. Talk to a PT and get a free session of how to use all the equipment so you can actually feel like you know what you're doing. That's the hardest part. Yeah, like you said, music or motivational stuff that drowns out the outside noise. And just think about, what's the reason why you're there? Why are you training for? Are you training for you, or are you training for the other people in the gym? And we've got to remember that everyone else in the gym is not there looking at you. They're looking in the mirror to see if their form's correct. Well, most of them anyway. Some of them are there posing, which, is intimidating. But yeah, so how can you get yourself to work out if you're just lazy all the time? Find out your why. Find out your why. Why do you want to train? Do you have health issues? Are you severely overweight? Are you depressed and anxious all the time? Do you need to do this for yourself? Is that a good enough why? Yeah, then get your ass into the gym, or get into a coaching program that's going to show you what to do, how to eat, how to have the mindset of a champion so you can win all the time.
I love that.
Is it just laziness, or is it you just scared?
Yeah.
That's the question I'd be asking myself. Is it laziness, or are you scared? Most of the time, it's not laziness. Most of the time, it's we have no idea what to do, and we are scared and we're intimidated. So if it's that, then find someone that knows what they're talking about to guide you through it. That's the best way to get forward.
Yeah, I love that.
Cool.
Guidance.
Yep. What's the most important thing to learn as a beginner when you get into fitness? Whoa, this is good. It's kind of like they're like leading into each other.
Yeah.
It's almost like I prepared it earlier. I didn't.
I was just about to say.
All right. What's the most important thing to learn as a beginner when you get into fitness? How about we ask you a question? What would you say to your brand new self if you're going to the gym as the most important thing? The first most important thing. This is just off your head.
Just don't worry about other people.
Cool. I like it.
Just be there for you.
Yeah.
Because I think if you go back to I'm here for myself, it takes away a lot of that worry that other people are watching and, that anxiety around it. But so when it says fitness here, is that just specific to workouts, or is that like fitness as an overall? Because my biggest advice would be nail your nutrition. Excellent. Outside of anything else, nail nutrition, because I think a lot of people, and this has come from talking to a lot of people that do struggle with their weight and struggle with their fitness goals, their nutrition is so off. And that's not a criticism. That's actually what most of us do. We just don't understand nutrition. We think we know, but we don't. Exactly. And when you start to learn about it, you sort of realize where you've made mistakes previously that have added to the weight gain, or maybe it's not weight gain for you. Maybe you're in the gym and you're just not seeing the gains that you want. Like you're not progressing, you're not upping the weights. It all comes back to nutrition. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. If you're like that, you're going to build muscle.
Suze said her form. I absolutely think that's super important, Suze, which leads into what I think is consistency over intensity for me. More regularity versus having to do a PR every time I go into the gym. For me, consistency over intensity every single day, which leads to me is proper form, definitely proper form. I like mind-muscle connection. I actually enjoy the feeling, the squeeze of the muscle that you're actually working out at the time.
It's like a little bit of a game with yourself, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really cool. But your nutrition is really cool. I'd say probably another one would be patience and persistence, because you're not going to be ripped like a tank in 3 weeks. like everything that's ever been built well has taken time. You can't just build a building in 3 seconds unless you're in China and you've got a 3D computer. Different story. But I'm talking about anything that's worth building has got to take time to build. So patience and persistence is the key for longevity when it comes to training. There's guys out there that have got bodies of an Adonis like Jay's, but it's not that it hasn't happened overnight. It's happened over 10 years. And the last one I'd say would be listen to your body. If you're fucking injured or you're hurt or you just really don't have the intensity to go to the gym, don't go. Listen to your body. It's super important. And as you get older, and I'm saying that because I'm 45 and I'm not the same as I was when I was 30 or 20. I can't recover as quick. Recovery is absolutely fucking critical. So have your rest day when you can. Make sure you're having ample amount of nutrition, like you said, sleep, water, all that other stuff's going to help. But yeah, I like what you said about nutrition because it's absolute key when it comes to weight loss and fitness as well. So it's pretty cool. Kate said, I worked through my workout in 30 minutes. Is this enough? Yeah, if you're getting through your workout in 30 minutes, definitely, as long as you're sticking to your rest windows as well. So if you've got 4 sets of 15 with a 90-second rest in between, if you're doing 4 sets of 15 back to back, you're not giving your muscle enough time to recover from the first set. So if I would say slow down maybe your lifting, your form, and maybe concentrate a little bit more on form. Most workouts are 45 to an hour, but if you're knocking one out in 30 minutes, I'm not say it's bad. You might be super time efficient, which is really good, and I don't have a problem with that. But
I would always ask myself the question of, am I feeling like I'm rushing through this? And do I feel like if I slowed down a little bit, could I possibly lift heavier weights?
Yeah.
If you answer, yeah, if I slowed down a little bit and didn't rush through my workout,
yeah,
would probably lift heavier. I would probably, if you've only got 30 minutes, getting 30 minutes in a quick workout is so much better than nothing.
Definitely.
But I would make sure it's not a consistent, rush through the workout. I would make sure that at least once or twice a week, you could really just slow down the movements. And like you said, that mind-muscle connection to make sure you're doing little wings.
Yeah, I just got
to make sure, you're getting the most benefit.
Yeah, I totally agree. So yeah, it'd just be for me, Kate, are you doing your rest period in between each sets? Maybe you are super efficient, but also, making sure maybe it's time to up the weights. As you said, maybe it's time to increase your intensity a little bit more and don't finish your 4 sets of 15, do 4 sets of 12 in the last one.
Yeah.
Because you probably do have it in you. I believe, Kate, you're stronger than an ox, mate. So, it's cool. Hey, Jimmy, how are you, buddy? Thanks for trying to get me back like I got you. Don't worry, you were talked about at the start of the live, bud. Okay, no, I just pushed through until I'm finished. Okay, cool. No, well, if you're getting your workout done in 30 minutes and you're feeling good, there is absolutely no issue with it in my eyes. It's not about, as I said before, intensity. It's about consistency. So if you're super consistent and it's working for you, legend.
Yeah.
How do you deal with negative self-criticism? Okay, this was probably something we could sit here and talk about for hours and hours and hours because, both you and I are
factors to it, isn't there?
Yeah, but we're byproducts of negative self-criticism, hence why we were fat, let's face it. I remember your first check-in photo and it coined the term grumpy frumpy. Yeah, correct. 100%, Aaron. It's negative self-criticism it's hard to navigate away from if it's something that's been a constant in your life for a very long time. Most of it stems from your younger years, the way you were brought up, the trauma you've gone through, the hardships, not having the ability to reflect on what's happened or not having the ability to forgive yourself from the past. Let's face it, negative self-criticism comes from a dark place. we can't always be positive about ourselves and who we are and what happens in life. I think some negative self-criticism sometimes is quite healthy. It needs to happen when you have that moment where you need to pull your head in about something, and you've got to criticize yourself. But if you're living and breathing negative self-criticism every single day, the question I want to ask you is, are you practicing any self-compassion? Do you treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would somebody else in your family or your friends? Like we're quick to say to someone, "Are you okay?" But we're not quick to say to ourselves, "Hey, are you okay?" That's a fucking hard thing to navigate, right?
I think there's a bit of like a culture around, negative self-talk.
Yeah,
it's become very normal.
Yeah,
to hear someone speak very horribly of themselves. And again, obviously, I think, just as a perspective of my own personal opinion, women do it a lot worse than what men do.
Yep. I noticed that coaching both sexes is that I find that women are the first to fucking
we set standards
for themselves. Yep.
And I think it's that maternal instinct that kicks in. We feel like we need to make sure we have every single ball up in the air and nailing it. And when we don't, we feel like we're failing our kids, we're failing ourselves, we're failing our partners, we're failing our jobs. And, like I said, there's a culture around it. It's become normal to hear men and women speak so terribly of themselves. But then if you were to hear someone say, just a random down the street walk up, "Hey, how you going? I'm great and I'm so proud of myself today," you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, that's not the normal.
Yeah.
So I think, changing that culture a little bit as well.
It's hard with society that is such a negatively attractive society. Do you know what I mean? Like, negativity and victimhood attracts a lot of attention. It's the news. It's everything that we're fed on social media is negativity in a nice, pretty little ball that makes us feel good. We only see the happiness in people, not the shit that goes on behind the scenes. So negativity is attractive to everybody. The majority of the population love it when somebody fucks up, right? They love it when somebody fucks up because they've got something over them and they tell their friends that so-and-so did this thing, and they've like, it stems from generations and generations of fucking bullshit. So the hard part about negative self-criticism, again, as I said, it's taught to you. It's not something it's just happens. It's taught to you by either somebody telling you that you're useless and hopeless for a very long time. Happened to me when I was young. The word useless to me still makes me shiver when I hear it. I know I'm not useless, but that's what I was told. But if you're not treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion you're treating other people, that's where I would start. If you're not challenging and analyzing your negative thoughts and the validity of those and whether they are actually real or just bullshit, like that's how you've got to get through self-criticism.
I think surrounding yourself with supportive people is huge.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, there's been a lot of times where I've doubted myself.
Yeah.
Especially going into coaching. I've doubted myself because it's something that I don't know. And it's very easy to go back to that old mindset of, I don't know what I'm doing and I'm a failure and it's uncomfortable. But having supportive people around you, all it takes is for one person to back you and go, "Hey, you know what? Actually, you're doing a really good job." And the more you hear that, I remember when I first started, there was something that really stuck with me. And it was something that you said to me. You kept giving me compliments and I didn't know how to take them because I wasn't used to that. Like, I wasn't used to accepting that other people saw me in a certain way because I didn't see myself like that.
Yeah, wow. I remember too.
And you said to me, just say thank you. No, but no. Just say thank you. Accept it. No, oh, that's lovely. end you or but or accept it. And you kept saying that to me for a period of time, and that's me having a supportive person around me. And after a period of time, like, look now, 3 years later, it's still stuck with me of every time someone compliments me,
That's
I think of you.
That's awesome. That's cool.
And I go, thank you. I don't go back with, oh, that's really lovely. And, I think this about you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And what it does is over that period of time, that negative self-talk or that self-criticism slowly, it's not that it's never going to be there. It's always going to be there. But the intensity of it, it slowly pushes out the door because you learn to accept that the way other people see you, not everyone, but the supportive people that make you feel good, the way that they see you is a reflection of who you are as a person.
That's beautiful, Ez. You've it's I'm getting a bit emotional about it because I actually I've just loved your journey. Like, it's been amazing to be part of it and to hear that. I know I did that, and I know that was kind of like, it's my job as a coach to be positive and bring people up, but I actually mean it, and I really do. Like, I mean it, and I know I saw it in you, and it is the hardest thing for us humans to do, is to comprehend getting a compliment without having to deflect it. Someone said to me the other day, I can't remember who it was. It was a friend of mine that I hadn't seen for ages, and it's like, "Oh, you look amazing." Blah blah. I was like, "Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I've been working so hard on myself. Like, I'm glad you noticed." Like, that's reinforcing it. Yeah, it's accepting, acknowledging, but reinforcing that I'm doing a fucking good job. I'm doing a fucking good job.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It's so good. Suze, I'm taking the compliment, mate. Suze, you're the biggest advocate of me, and I say that with respect, not to blow my own horn, but you said some lovely things to me yesterday. But what people don't understand is, yes, I might make an impact on people's lives, but you guys out there that make an impact on me, the fact that 3 years later that you can say that every time someone says something to you, that you remember me, Suze, like our conversation yesterday after our walk, like that makes the purpose that I have in life worthwhile. It's like I'm a millionaire because of that. Do you know what I mean? And my wealth is that purpose I have, and I fucking love that feeling. And you've stunned me, but it's a good feeling. I appreciate that compliment. It's just lovely to hear that, right? It really is lovely to hear. It's not reassurance. It's not validation. It's reassurance. I'm on the right path. I'm on the right path. I'm on the right path. Like, I've got to keep that manifestation going. But you're right.
That's how you have managed to get rid of that self-criticism as well.
Mate, I was the biggest
around you that support you and tell you the nice things and lift you up, and not that you need lifting up or anything, but
I do at times.
Telling you, the good things.
Yep.
I think that's huge.
And I was surrounded by negativity for a very long time in my life. For the younger years, it's just the way my family was. They were always, I call it the convict mentality. They came over here in chains and boats and had nothing, and why should anybody else have anything? That's what I call the convict mentality, especially with a lot of Australian society. Is as soon as someone gets successful in something, people want to rip them apart because they don't like the fact that they've worked hard for something that they couldn't do because they're fucking lazy or they didn't have the discipline or determination. And
people want to see you do good, but never better.
Correct. And that's where my self-criticism came from, because I was constantly told that you're nothing, you'll never amount to anything, you're always going to be a housing commission kid. Like, no, I don't. I will change that. I will change the fucking outlook on that shit. So, but I appreciate that. It's like, again, I love hearing that shit, and just like fucking fires me up to keep pushing hard. Like, it's about making one person happy every single day. That's my goal. I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter what it's for, what happens. If it's a granny crossing the road and needs help with the groceries, or it's somebody online that's struggling with something and they just send me a message and I send them a voice note and it makes their day. That's all it is for me, right? That's what it's all about. But for me to deal with negative self-criticism every single day is, I look at myself in the mirror every morning and I tell myself that I love who I am and I respect what I do, and that I'm going to have a fucking great day, and the universe is going to bring me an abundance of joy because I love me, I love what I do, and I love how I feel, and I want everybody in this world to have the same feeling. Hard to get to, it's taken a long time, but when you're in that position, the resilience level is just fucking through the roof. The grit is through the roof. The discipline is through the roof. You will not bow down to a level that is undermining your values. So
it is possible to break that generational cycle.
100%.
I've seen that happen time and time again, and it's possible. So if anyone's sitting here going, it's not possible for me, it is. It really is.
It fucking is. Kate, that's made you cry. Great. You know why? Because I see that in you. I see the fire inside you, Kate, that you can fucking be like me. You have what it takes to be like me. Like, don't discount that. Like, I absolutely believe that you can change your ways in your life around, Kate. You are doing it every single day that you get up and you face adversity and you make friends with the demons and you take one step at a time. You're making progress. It might not seem like it's big progress, but it's fucking progress. It's progress. It's better than sitting down and wallowing in your own self-pity and woe is me and being the victim and fuck that. Fuck that.
You could die tomorrow.
100%. 100%. And what legacy do you leave behind? What do people remember you as? They remember you as the fucking giver-upper, the person that just pulled the pin because it got too hard. No fucking way. I'm going on a rant again. No fucking way do I want that for anybody in life. Don't pull the pin. Don't pull the pin. You can change it by just fucking flipping the page over and rewriting the next chapter. You don't have to have the story end on that chapter. You rewrite the next fucking chapter into something that's meaningful and positive and full of abundance and love and joy and happiness. That's the meaning of life. It's so fucking short. Enjoy the ride.
It's like there's been so many times recently where I've actually just had this thought of, isn't it so crazy how we overcomplicate absolutely every single thing in our life?
Yep.
We all have a choice.
Yep.
Okay, some people are better off than others when it comes to money or abundance in life, but we all have a choice.
Yep.
We all have the capacity inside our mind to go, actually, nothing bothers me today. I'm going to live my life because we only get one of them. Tomorrow's gone. It's never coming back. Yesterday's gone. It's never coming back. Tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah, correct. And you can't control tomorrow.
So to go back to the negative self-criticism,
yep.
Why? Like, why are you wasting your life every day hating yourself? One day it's gone. Like, I just think that it's such a powerful thing when you can sit back and go, everything in my life is my choice. And the way you deal with it is your choice.
Yeah.
Do you want to sit back one day and go, you know what? I was way too hard on myself. Yep. Way too hard on myself, and regret that you didn't spend more time just doing the stuff that makes you happy and loving yourself and being happy and feeling content with you, no matter the situation. You could be living in a bus shelter and you could still feel very content that you have a choice to be happy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be hard, but you have a choice to be happy.
Yeah.
We all do.
Yeah, 100%. We do.
Anyway, we could talk about that for ages, as we said.
Yeah, it's hit a nerve with me because I believe in people. I know there's goodness in people. I know behind all the negativity and the self-deprecation, I know there's good in people. I know a lot of people have been treated like shit. I know you can't control what's happened to you in your early years, but you can control everything that happens from now on. I didn't have the easiest of life. I don't sit here and wallow in it anymore. I used to be the victim. I used to woe is me all the time. I used to try and out-victim the victim. Someone said that they did this. Oh, I did. Mine was worse because of this. No, it's coached me to be the resilient motherfucker that I am right now. Like, if a bomb went off somewhere around wherever I am, I would know that I have the resilience to respond accordingly, not panic. I know that. I have the utmost respect for myself that I have the ability to control the situation that I can't control. I can't control the bomb going off, but I control how I respond. I would be the calm dude in the storm that people would look at and go, what the fuck is wrong with you? If the plane was going down and I know I was going to die, I would be in a calm state. I would want my last...
I would not.
But I would want the last thing through my mind would be memories of things that make me happy. And there's no different every day when you wake up. You're on that plane. We're all fucking dying. We're all fucking dying. We're all going down in this plane. It's just taking a long time to hit the fucking water. So why are we sitting there wallowing? Why aren't we fucking being more grateful for things in our life? Why aren't we telling our loved ones that we love them every single day and giving them a hug and giving them attention, giving them 10 minutes of your time? Why are we so fucking busy to do the things that we want to do? Why aren't you doing that thing that you were supposed to do as a job, the career that you wanted to do? Why aren't you fucking being fit and healthy like you were supposed to be? Why aren't you out there going getting that shit that you deserve? Because you're the motherfucker that's setting the limits. Your limits might be here because it's comfortable. You don't want these limits up here because they're hard to get to. Stop setting the limits. Stop being the barricade. Stop holding yourself back. Stop pinning yourself down.
And 90% of the reason why people hold themselves back and, don't progress in life is that negative self-criticism. Yeah. 90% of the time it comes back to how you view yourself, how you speak to yourself. Yeah. If you feel like you can't do it and you talk to yourself negatively about it, you're not going to do it.
Yep. Your life's a printout of the things you put into your mind and what you speak. So if you're going to speak like shit, your life's going to be shit.
Yeah.
If you're going to speak nice about yourself, generally, you're going to be a good person and you're going to have great things in life. So don't restrict yourself, guys. I know, you know what? I'm going to end it on this note because I think it's a powerful way to end. There is nothing more enlightening in my life than waking up to a message from a client that's had a breakthrough or it's on a roll. Like Renee sent a message this morning about her gym and how she's feeling really good and she's in momentum and maybe we're adding 4 days onto a program instead of 3. That's fucking going and getting it, right? It's getting it. I love that shit. That makes me happy because someone...
Ash's comment here.
Yeah, geez, this Q&A went to a whole other level. Loving this, guys. What a peps talk to start the day. Like, it's a great way to start the day, right? It really is.
How does it feel to, talk about this stuff and be open about this stuff? And, like a lot of people don't like to talk about this side of, it's a health and fitness journey.
It is, man.
I believe that inside the mind is a health and fitness journey as well. You've got to have a strong mind. It's not just the physical, it's the mental.
Fire away if you have a question.
A healthy, fit mind to get through life, really. It's not just the external.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And we forget that, like, I would rather have a six-pack on my brain than on my body.
I love that.
Because I can do anything I want if my mind is engineered in a way that makes me want to do it, makes me tackle on all the challenges in life. So, yeah, definitely six-pack here before down there. Like, that to me is cosmetic. That to me is lifelong.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go through it. But yeah, starting your day with positivity, it's like I was going to say with Renee, I don't know what your story is, Renee, because I don't know you personally. But I feel like there's something behind that's driving you to do this that could be trauma. It could be, I don't know, something fatal that's happened in your life. Great. Awesome. Use that as fucking fuel to get better. That's what I use my fucking demons as. I play around with the demons. They sit on my shoulder every single day. I'm best mates with them. But I'm best mates with them when I'm going through the fire going, hey, motherfucker, have a look at me. What I'm doing. You told me I couldn't. I'm fucking doing it. That's why I push myself. That's why I want to be where I am. That's why my level is up here.
Well, you set the standards for yourself. Yeah. You don't let others set those standards for you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So start your day with a positive outlook. Start your day with gratitude. Start your day with one of my favorite 4-letter words is love. And that's not just of your family, of life, but you personally.
And if it doesn't start that way, guess what? You have a choice to actually just go, you know what? That was a moment. I'm going to change that moment, and I'm going to change the way my day started.
Yep.
Make the rest of it better than how it started.
Yep. It is possible to reverse type 2 diabetes with fitness and diet. Definitely. The weight loss thing would be the first thing I'd start on for sure. Depending on, I don't know your weight and your height and all the rest of that stuff. If you want to send me a DM personally, I can help you work through it and give you some tips on how to get through it. But definitely weight loss with most of our clients has been a big benefiting factor from it. So yeah, it'd be something that I would definitely look at. But send me a direct message, dude, and I'll answer it for you personally and help you out with a few tips along the way. But yeah, I'm going to end Q&A. I've got a couple more questions, but I'll save them for next week because I'm like on a high now. I'm really on a high. I think that was one of the best ways to end a segment like this about just positivity in life. Like I'm sick of all the negative shit. I got called toxic positive the other day by a family member. I actually took that as a badge of honor.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful compliment.
I actually took it as a badge of honor. Yeah, I was like, you know what? That means I'm doing my fucking job. Toxic positive. Fuck me. Like, what is society?
I'd rather be toxic positive than toxic negative because 100%. That is like, see ya.
It's this woke shit society where everybody's offended by everything. I don't care if you're offended. I don't have to make you fucking happy. I don't have to make you fucking happy. I have to make me happy. I have to make my family happy. That's all that matters to me. So call me toxic positive if you want. I'm fucking happy with that. No problem at all.
Please continue.
I'm an abundance of fucking joy. I'm fine with that. But thanks for joining us, guys. I really appreciate it. Sorry it went on a bit of a tangent today, and it's not normally the way it goes, but I am really passionate about men's and women's mental health. I really, really am. I was really in a bad place in my 30s, a really, really bad place, and I got out of it, and I know I'm only preaching from my side because I've seen the darkness and I've seen how bad it can be, but I also have seen the value of where I am now on the other side and the reflection it's had on my children and the relationship with my wife and how they've seen the change and they love the change, and there's no reason why you can't do it out there. So I just want to say I really appreciate everybody for joining us today. I'm sorry it got a little bit
don't be sorry.
Yeah,
I think
valid point.
Types of topics.
Yeah.
I think they need to be spoken about in depth a little bit more.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. I'll take that back. I will not apologize for that. Actually, I got complimented the other day on my rawness, which is really cool. That I'm just saying it how it is, and I'm just talking from experience. I'm not preaching. I'm not directing anybody to do what I did or say that it's going to be easy because it's not. It still isn't easy. There are still moments. I have self-doubt. I had it 2 days ago. I was ready to give everything up because I didn't think I wasn't at the place I wanted to be, but I just set my goals so high sometimes that I don't see them. So I lowered the bar a little bit to a level where I can achieve it, and then I achieve something. Great. And I'll stick the bar up a little bit higher again and get to the next goal. So believe in yourself, guys. If there's anything I can tell you is believe in yourself, because I believe in everybody in this world. Like I said, they've got goodness in them. It's just squeezing it out. Anyway, I'm going to drop the mic on that. Ez, thank you for joining me today. I absolutely love our chats. I really think that people resonate a lot with you and I in the fact that we have been fatties, we've been depressive,
grumpy,
grumpy, frumpy. We both were in a spiraling out of control. I think that's relatable to a lot of people these days. That I think people are starting to get sick of seeing the plastic fantastics out there that are just all show and no go. I think realness is something that's obviously needs to be a lot more prevalent in society. So the more you and I can get in camera, and Carl is the same, like the more all of us that are relatable to people, more people will say, hey, yeah, we can do this. We can definitely do this. So thanks, Maddie. Good to see you, dude. And yesterday, mate, this guy fucking sent me one of the most amazing messages, and you don't know the impact you have on people's lives until they tell you. And this guy, I'll tell you what, I'll show you the message after this. It's just absolutely heartwarming. It's beautiful. So thanks, Maddie. I appreciate you. Everybody that joined me, thank you guys. I know I got a bit ranty, which is great. I'm happy with it. I'm not going to apologize, but I'll join us next week, same time. If you've got any questions in the meantime, fire them away. Thank you for joining us.